is the fifth and final round of the tournament. Like 3 out of 4. It's a really good tournament. I'm always on the top boards. I'm playing really well, but this game honestly just painful, and you see why pretty soon. So I'm playing with black, and my opponent plays c4. Now I really need to study an answer against the English because I keep playing the semi-Slav. And in fact I play c6. The problem is that if you play d4, which is what he played, and you play d5, he actually has the chance to take, which is a thing I don't like, because we go into a line that I really don't like. So instead of doing that, I could play to play e6, but it might be different. I mean, at this point, he might push this pawn. It's also saying that he can play e4, which is obvious, yeah. So I should study something against the English, because if they take, I just get a position that I don't like, because the order is different. Usually I will play e6 first, but if they play c4, it's going to be different. It's not the same thing. So yeah, knight on f6, I play e6, and bishop on f4. He says that it's imprecise. Not sure about that. But I played queen on b6. I thought it was theory. And it should be theory, honestly. Don't know what is the problem with this move. And my opponent played queen on b3. Now, queen on b3 is kind of bad. And I kind of knew that, because first of all, I never faced this move. And second, if I take, you can't take back, because otherwise this pawn falls, and I mean, I guess you lose the rook. So after I take this pawn, and Stockfish is saying queen on c2, so this might be theory. You give me the pawn for some reason, wasting queen moves, and yeah, but instead of doing that, my opponent decided to take the queen, and I already have a big advantage. And guess why? Because after you play e4, I just have b5, I'm just up a pawn. I mean, this is not the best creature ever, but I might have a 4 on 2 in the future, so, and I'm up a pawn in the opening. I think I'm happy with that. So he plays bishop on e2, he wants to castle as soon as possible, with, I mean, which makes sense. And now I gave a check, and he played another wild move, which is bishop back on d2. Don't really get it, just, I mean, you could play knight on d2. Don't know why he wasting another time. Now Stockfish is suggesting to take, and I guess knight take after that. And king on e7. Well, also knight on f6. Well, instead of doing that, I just played knight on a6. Might not be the best move actually, because the knight is misplaced, but if you take makes sense, because after that my knight is actually pretty good, so he decided not to do that. And I'm basically saying, you waste the move with your bishop, and what are you going to do now? And he just castle, and I played knight on f6, just threatening this pawn, as simple as that. He played a3, and now I just take the bishop, knight take, and I can't take this pawn, so instead of doing that, I just castle. Now the best move was king on e7. I mean, it makes sense, but I don't know, I wasn't really sure about playing king on e7. I mean, I don't think I even considered that, so I just decided to castle. And yeah, he played e5, and I played knight on d5. So now this knight is kinda good, although what he gets back is that he can play knight on e4 and put a knight on d6, which might be pretty annoying. In my mind, it wasn't so annoying, which is probably true. And yeah, before doing that, he plays g3, which again doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, maybe Toa was threatening this, but your bishop right now is actually pretty bad, so if I take your bishop, I think you are okay. You don't have to waste a move. So it basically gives me a free move, and I play apparently the best move, and I'm really happy about this move, C3. And I have a point. I attack this creature, so it makes sense also in the future because I have a lot more pawns on this side, on the queen side. And if you push, I mean, I win a piece, so you have to take. But after you take, I take with the knight, and my knight is also pretty good. Also, apart from that, I had another idea. After the bishop move, I can just reroute this knight, which is, I think that missed. After I put a knight on d5, I just have two really down knights, and I still have a pawn, and this pawn is pretty weak too, this pawn is pretty weak too, so positionally I'm already winning. Yeah, and he found a nice idea. So attacking my king this way, I kinda have to play h6, and after the knight goes back, he just has a good knight and well placed. Now, I analyzed this game with the candidate master of my club, and he says, why in this position did you take the knight? And honestly, I just played knight on d5 because I thought, I mean, I had two good knights, and I mean, he just had one, this was bad, so I felt like it wasn't necessary to take. Stockfish is suggesting just to take, and after knight take, oh, you want to play rook on e4 now, also rook on d8. Yeah, and that's the thing I missed. Yeah, it's also suggested to take, and I mean 3 pieces because I'm already up a pawn and he has plenty of weaknesses, so the more pieces I trade obviously is better for me, which makes sense. So instead of doing that, I just played knight on d5 and the knight gets in, but as I said, I don't think it's a big problem. Okay, the knight gets in, but if you think about that, it's just attacking the bishop and the pawn. So after they push the pawn, you don't want to take the bishop. I mean, this bishop is just garbage. This bishop is really bad. Now, I'm not worried about this bishop because I'm a French player. I have this bishop every time. Like, I don't really care. I can win without it. If you're a French player, you can win without the piece, basically. You get so strong. And yeah, he plays f4. Before I can't really explain it to you, like f5 first of all doesn't even work. And I mean, you are attacking me, I feel like you should try to find a way to draw, not to attack me, because this is a really bad position. I think he didn't evaluate the position correctly, because now, I mean, I move the bishop first of all, connecting the rooks. Yeah, he just plays knight on e4, but now I have rook on a4, and good luck defending this pawn. I mean, you can't. And also this pawn is going to fall. And yeah, he plays f5, and as I say, f5 does not work. I mean, I can already take the pawn now. Instead of doing that, I just decided to take this, which is imprecise. And after he take back, I just take, rook take, and yeah, it does not work. We just played more pieces, first of all. Second, I traded my light square bishop, so as you can see, I already managed to trade my bad piece for this knight that was actually pretty good, probably the best piece he had. So now I'm winning, now I'm just winning. His position is that lost. Yeah, just really bad position. Now I can take the bishop, or I can take the knight. Taking the bishop was better. I just decided to take the knight. So taking the bishop was better, I guess, because he kinda has to trade. I don't know, what if he moves the knight though? And he plays a move like this. Yeah, I was worried about this. Oh, you have knight on e3. And this idea probably. Yeah, I missed that. And yeah, I missed that. So bishop moves, and now I think I played a good move. Apparently it's not. The best move is just playing rook on d2, which again makes sense. Also knight on e2. I played c5 because the only way he can attack me is just playing something like this and then pushing the pawn. So I just play, after he plays bishop on b3, I just play c4. As simple as that. This was my plan. I think it works pretty well. Yeah, and now I can just play rook on d2, attacking the bishop, and don't know how. I don't know how in this position I missed the winning move. Which is a very bad thing. Like, in this position I was like, yeah, I win. It's an easy win. Don't even need to think, basically. Like, I mean, knight on e2, check. Knight on e2, check. King move, I win a piece. So you have to sack the exchange too. And this pawn folds. It's like, it's more than hopeless. Don't know how I didn't see that. It's like a really simple tactic to see. Honestly, I can't explain that to you. I just decided to take, and I put pressure on the pawn. It's still winning, obviously. I'm up 2 pawns. I played g6 in order to block this. And now we played e6. Now, I saw e6 and I thought it was a bad move. It is. You just keep playing everything, and you don't really want to play everything because, as you can see, I have a pass pawn and I have 3 pawn against 1. Knight versus bishop, I mean, this wins. I mean, I'm sure I can win this with my eyes closed every time, but apparently... look, just look. So, this position, king on d6, centralizing the king makes sense. Now, the only thing he has, which somehow I didn't even think about, is pushing these pawns, and this is a dangerous counterplay actually. He might win. He might win if I'm not sure about what I'm doing. Now, I want to push. Taking with the pawn was better. I just was scared. I mean, scared of what? This removes the knight from the defense of everything. I saw a way to defend. Like, okay, I think I'm winning, but at least this. You should be able to see a way to defend unless you want to lose. And my way to defend now was... Oh, and by the way, I can just push the pawns. No problem at all. I was scared. So I went back with the king, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but I had a plan. I had a plan, which is wrong. Which is completely wrong. Which is no sense. And my plan was to play king on f8. Because if you take, I win. Take the bishop, these pawns are unstoppable. Even if you get closer, you can't take this pawn because after that I just push. So they are untouchable and I win. But, first of all, and he didn't play that, I missed that bishop on d3 draws the game. I'm up 2 pawns in this endgame and bishop on d3 draws the game, which is kinda insane. It's kinda insane. Apparently he has a position which is perfect for this light square bishop in order to defend. Like, I got a bit unlucky, but it's not an excuse. It's just I'm just dumb, honestly. But yeah, he didn't see that, and it's dead lost because I play pawn on c4, which is the best move. Again, you can't take because I have this. The king goes back, attacking the pawn, and I play the c3, which is logical. Bishop goes back, and I keep pushing the pawns. This is impossible to lose. This is absolutely impossible to lose or to draw. Because I have 2 beautiful pass pawns. I might win this pawn in the future, and I have 0 problem. And now he played this move. Now, a normal human being, I think, will play king on e7 or king on f7. But I decided to push. And there is a problem though. Because I was like, bishop take, I play this. Yeah, I play this, but then he wins my pawn. So it's not that easy. After this move, the bishop can take. Now he's still winning. Still winning if you find b2. I play b2. You can't take my knight, obviously, because I make a queen, so you need to go back defending. Now, yeah, computer is having a seizure. Are you okay? He's not okay. So, I play this, defending, and I had only one winning move, which is knight on e3. Knight on e3 wins. Because after the give a check, obviously, again, you can take. You play king on b1, and my plan is winning this pawn. And you know why this wins? Because the bishop can't stop that. The bishop can't reach this square. What I did in the game was this. King b1. And guess what? If I try to win this pawn, now he has this, I can't win the pawn. Yeah, as simple as that. And guess what? I have no way to do. I have absolutely no way to do. This is not winning, this is a draw. This is an easy draw, by the way, it's not even hard to draw, it's just dumb. I keep trying to do something. Like, I ain't trying, I'm just really pissed off. But yeah. We reached this position, and my opponent offered a draw. It's a forced draw. I just take, king taken, and I take the pawn. And I agreed. Now, what can I say? This draw was much worse than losing a game. Like, when I lost to the candidate master, I wasn't so pissed off. Because I didn't even play it that badly. I think I played well. This time, I had like -10 advantage, and somehow, well, at a certain point it was -60 because you see all the line. And somehow I managed to draw the game, and the worst thing is that, like, if I go some moves back, why didn't I play king on e7? With king on f7. I'm going to push this pawn and move after. And I win. Why do I have to be tactical? Which works, but I don't see why. Why do I have to be tactical and blunder the game? Why do I have to be so stupid? Now, the good thing about this game though is that I felt so ashamed for myself that I don't think I'm going to make this mistake again. If I do, I just punch myself in the face and maybe I stop. But yeah, this was really bad. But talking about the tournament in general, let's bring this back. I don't want to look at that. I'm just ashamed. Just talking about the tournament in general, this showed that my level is around 1900 right now. Which obviously it's pretty good. I thought I was weaker than that. Maybe I wasn't confident about my skills. But I mean, it makes sense. I'm 2200 on chess.com. Let me be at least 80, 1900 FIDE. Please. And yeah, so I have all the skills to be close to candidate master level. Right now, I think I just need a bit more, like maybe in the openings, I think, and also about my brain, because if I stop being so confident, I can win pretty much every game when I have an advantage like that. So this might also make me stronger than 1900. So I think I'm close to CM strength right now, and I probably might get the title at the end of this year. I'm probably and hopefully going to get that. In the meanwhile, I keep playing tournaments and I keep gaining points. This tournament I gained 80 points. Like, I was rated 1513. Now I'm really close to 1600. So 80 points in a tournament is crazy. My performance rating, which is basically say you played like a and something like that. So I played like a 1882 in this tournament after that stupid draw. Otherwise wouldn't be Niger. After this tournament though, the good thing is that I feel like CM title is actually reachable. So see you soon guys with other videos of my tournament and let's keep getting better. Bye for now.